Sorry. I was just looking down at some last minute information coming to me. So I know, like you heard, I am on here. I don't usually come on Sunday nights. I mentioned earlier during Coffee Convo and Cards that I make an important discussion that I wanted to have with you guys about full moon, the height of the energy, and what it's really going to mean for us. And also want to talk about some things that have happened very recently. Look something up. I need to look up something while we're here because I need of another date just in case it is even more significant. So I'm going to wait for this to get out a little bit. I'm just to kind of be out there just a wee bit. Bear with me while I look up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. All right. So the full moon. About some things that have happened recently in in the ether, recently in the energy fields. Okay. October 18th, last Thursday, if you recall, when I was on for spiritual enlightenment, I kept saying that I felt like there's this push, this energy, motivation to just get moving in our purpose and our plan. Hello, Heather. Like we just do not have time, right, to sit around and wait. That there is this push for us to really begin to honestly engage in our purpose, like admit to it, right? Be open about it and really walk in the fullness of who we are. Now, as it turns out, some of the research that I've done recently, it turns out that there was a energetic shift on the 18th. And this shift that started on the 18th of October, it probably started a little bit earlier, really kind of like a light switch almost. It felt like got turned on. That shift of culminating, if you will, on the 24th with this full moon energy. Now, I'm not going to go into where the moon is, what sign, and where it's been transiting and all of that, because that to me is less important than the energy are being activated and put into motion, okay, as a result of this full moon as season. As we come into energy, as we are going through the Venus retrograde, as we are coming to the point where Jupiter is coming home into Sagittarius, there's a lot of things, if you really think about it, that are lining up to create a level of creative and for lack of, I'm going to keep saying this, activation energy that is strong is not strong enough. It is propelling us. It is propelling us to a level of spiritual ascension and knowledge and deep spiritual knowledge that up until now I don't seen before. We were talking a couple Thursdays ago about how the heavenlies have opened up, how it seems like there's a lot of us that are having a much easier time getting into much higher, than we have ever done before. That there are many more people that are coming out and talking about their own walk as a light worker, their own enlightenment journey, their own ascension journey. They're talking about it quite a bit. And it's for a reason, because we are being activated and motivated and propelled, and not in a bad way, but it's like this alarm clock went off, right? Someone was saying that to me earlier today. Like an alarm clock all of a sudden went off, and it's like, wait a minute, I gotta get moving. I have to get moving. I have to get moving. And it's easier for us to access our spiritual gifts. This isn't going to be a message that a lot of people are going to, hoping people come and watch this later. Because again, I don't go on this time of night. And so I'm sure my people aren't expecting me to be on this time of night. But it's making us say, who am I? My purpose? What is my plan? Why am I here? And gosh darn it, I got to get moving on it. There's this sense of urgency. So October the 24th, at the height of the full moon energy, the height of that will also bring the depth of wisdom. The height of the full moon energy bring a depth of wisdom. The height of the full moon energy will bring a depth of activation. The height of the full moon energy will begin to bubbling inside of us, that we can no longer keep it hid under a bushel basket, that we can no longer keep our light hid. So we got to let it out. Somehow we have to activate. Somehow we have to start walking in our purpose. Somehow we have to start walking in our plan. Somehow we have to know that we know that we know that no matter where our basis came from, no matter if you were based in Christianity or Judaism, Islam or Buddhism, or I don't know, Scientology, or being just new or spiritual, whatever your background is that you've been awakened from and awakened to the knowledge of who Creator is, there is a deep manifestation, spirit manifestation, that then translates into natural manifestation, but a deep spiritual manifestation energy that is being released on the 24th. And I believe that's because all of these different planets are coming into alignment. I believe that's because we are beginning to see so much more interaction between the heavenlies, the spiritual, and here on earth, because we're beginning to see, if you all are paying at the least bit attention to what's going on YouTube and what's being put out, people are recording UFOs and extraterrestrial beings being in the air. Hello, Cassandra. I've talked about this before, that there are space stations literally being seen out, off in the near distance to the sun. There are things happening. There's communication going on. If you've noticed you've been dreaming more, if you notice all of a sudden your intuition is just kicked into high gear, if you notice you're starting to hear, starting to see, you can see the spirits in your home. You can see your spirit guides. You can see your angels. If you notice you're starting to be able to see more into, physically see into the spirit realm while you're still here, you're seeing interdimensionally, your alarm clock is going off. Your alarm clock is sounding and it's saying, time to wake up. It's time to rise up. It's time to start putting all of these things you've been learning into practice. And gosh darn it, you better start learning some more. This is what it's saying. It's time to wake up to what your purpose truly is. There's no longer time to sit here and say, I don't know. If you don't know, then you better start seeking it out. If you don't know, then you better start gathering information and wisdom. If you don't know, you need to start daily meditations. If you don't know what you're supposed to do, you better start communicating, right? If you don't know, you better start and complete. The speed at which all of this knowledge is being downloaded to us is so much faster. Lessons are being learned quicker. Healing is happening faster. People have said, I was just with Jeremy yesterday, and he's talking about how he's had more than one person to come to him and wish to become like a Reiki master at a quick thing. The standard thing is you do Reiki 1 attunement, and then 21 days later, you do Reiki 2, and then maybe a few months later, you maybe later, who knows, but whenever the Reiki master says, and then you get to do this Reiki master training. And I said to him, he was very uncomfortable with the speed at which this one wanted to learn and become, Reiki master. And I said to him, well, why does that surprise you? Well, traditionally, tradition is out the window. We are learning lessons and wisdom, and we're getting healing so faster. People were marveled at when last year I went through lesson after lesson after lesson. It was just like it was on a mission. You're darn right it was on a mission, because I had to get accustomed to the speed so that I can then help others get accustomed to the speed. So instead of asking this to slow, there's no asking this to slow down anymore, people. There's no asking this to slow down anymore. We need to become accustomed to operating at the speed of light. Hello, Jeanette. We need to become accustomed to operating at the speed of love, at the speed of light, at an energetic pace far beyond and far faster than what we have been doing traditionally right now. Now, this message is for any ear that will hear. So feeling propelled, and I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt, those of you that have been called to this channel, this is one of the reasons why you've been called to this. There's many reasons why, but there's a select group of you that is here now and that will be here in the near future. Called here because you feel like you can play. You are not called here just because I happen to be able to read. You are not called here just because you happen to just because a lot of what's been said in the readings has resonated. And that's all. That's what drew you in. But you were called here. There's a group of you that have been called here, and there will be more that will join. That know beyond a shadow, you've got to get this, and you got to get it now, and you have a purpose and a plan. And here is a message coming through that's not just about, and although that's important, and not just about your relationships, although that's also important. Hello, Ms. Virgo. But what it is the need to learn so that you can be propelled. So Heather asked, why are things going so fast? Though, because you feel it too. Okay, things are going so fast, and all of these energetic, celestial energies are moving into alignment right now, because at the end of an age, time quickens. At the end of an age, time quickens. At the end of each era, it seemed like time moved faster. We are in an era right now. We're in an age of enlightenment. And in the age of enlightenment, those of us that have chosen to come here at this time and do our purpose are here to help bring about the a significant raise in the vibrational level of humanity, a significant ascension in the overall vibrational of humanity. Good evening, Raina. And in preparation for the next evolutionary is the only word I can come up with right now. Evolutionary step in humanity. Now, I'm going to take this back biblically a little bit, because where I see this as, there's a group of people that are ascended, that will be transformed beings, that is spoken of in the New Testament in the end of the age. Those beings operate at, if you can read between the lines, those beings are operating at a level in which they're not flesh and blood, yet they're flesh and bone, meaning the blood that ties us to the earth, because it's the blood that ties us to the earth. I'll have to go deeper in that another time. The type ties us to the earth. This group of people will be able to operate as Christ did after his ascension. When he came back, he was able to, he wasn't tied to solely a physical manifestation of himself. So he could appear in a place and then appear in another place almost instantaneously. I know this is a little far out, but I need you guys to follow me. I'm not crazy. When our spirit person, when our true self talks, ascends with, operates in a quantum fashion, I see your question, Miss Heather. When your spirit speaks on a regular basis, that means your spirit begins to take over, right? So we operate and then human being second, spirit first, mind second. Okay? As you do that more things happen quantumly, because spirit realm knows no time and space. We have to get used to this not knowing time and space. We have to get accustomed that we are third dimensional beings. We have to get accustomed to operating in fifth and sixth dimension beyond time. Ms. Virgo, your name was in red because someone spoke to you directly. Heather asks, is this the age of Aquarius? Are we heading into the age of Aquarius? I've also read something about the age of Pisces. Let me check this out a little bit. I honestly do not know enough about the age of Aquarius, so I Google, what is the age of Aquarius?
According to Wikipedia, age of Aquarius is an astrological term denoting either the current or forthcoming astrological age, depending on the method of calculation.
Okay. I need to know it. Constellations. This is all astrological. The rise and fall of civilizations or cultural tendencies. There you go. So I believe we're exiting actually out of the age of Aquarius and particularly into the age of Pisces. If each age typically runs, this is significant, people. Each age typically runs for 2,160 years. Let's do some quick math because so theoretically we've only been in the age of Aquarius I don't think we've left the age of Pisces because that's a fulfillment. That's like the summation of everything. So we've been in the age of Aquarius 100 years, roughly, almost, astrologically. However, I feel some people say that we don't know when the age of Aquarius began. It could have begun in the American Revolution, which would put us closer. The age of Aquarius is that time when humanity takes control of the earth and its own destiny heritage, in which the destiny of humanity being the revelation of truth and the expansion of consciousness. Yes. And some people will experience mental enlightenment. Yes. So this is heralding in, though, a new level of consciousness. So this could very well be the age of Aquarius. But so some people are saying that in medieval, that the age of Pisces, religion was the opiate of the masses. Would it be replaced by the Aquarian age? So Cassandra, so basically what you're saying is that we're going backwards. Age of Aquarius, age of knowing. That's interesting because I find that Pisceans know. No, you're right. But I find that Pisceans know. So unless it's we went all the way through and then the pendulum swinging back, but that would tend to say to me we're degenerating and not expanding. But the age of Aquarius is where people find religion offensive, which I think some people are. No, I think you're fine. This is the thing, is that the reason things are moving so quickly and the reason why we have to get accustomed to this is because the level of consciousness that humanity is about to operate in is not confined by third dimension, is not confined by the fourth dimension of time. We're talking about operating in fifth and sixth dimension. Right. So that's Heather, so that the Pisceans know that. But I'm having to go by what they're saying to Pisces. So here, let's ask Google. Okay, Google. What is the Pisces?
According to Wikipedia, some astrologers claim the age of Pisces as the current age, and they believe it will remain so for approximately another 600 years. At that time, the vernal equinox point will have moved into the constellation of Aquarius, thus beginning the age of Aquarius.
Okay. So there you go. I love Google, honey. I hope I don't get hit for that. Anyway, copyright hit just because I said that. But any Husenheimer. So we are currently then, according to astrological terms, in the age of Pisces, which is faith, belief, and all of that. And according to the astrologers, we're not moving into the age of Aquarius for in astrological terms for 100 years. Now, if we go by the belief system, no, you're right. You're exactly, Cassandra, you were completely correct. If we astronomers' terms, right? We move into the age of Aquarius, or astrological term, and for another years. But if we really pay attention to, in biblical terms, a day is 1,000 years. 1,000 years is as a day. That means we have less than a day spiritually before we move into that age of Aquarius of compare consciousness. Our consciousness is being raised right now. The vibrational set point of this earth is being raised right now. So if 1,000 years is a day, is as 1,000 years is as a day, that means one. So we're minus 400. So we've got a full third of the day gone. So technically we have about 16 hours, right, left. That's not time, spiritually speaking. We're towards a point, hurtling towards a point, okay, where I firmly believe that that spiritual beings will be showing themselves at a greater pace in a more real way physically, and there has to be someone that's understands what's going on. So we're being asked, those that have raised our consciousness, we're being asked to come out of the shadows and come out of the closet, to come hiding and get our lessons and move into things quicker at a much more fast pace. So how can you take full advantage of this energy on this moon? If you have any extra additional time, I would make extra additional time to do some additional meditations between now and then. Meditative time. Lots of listening time. Start writing down anything that comes to your mind, anything that comes to your first mind. Start writing down what you hear. Start writing down what you hear. Start making your vision boards. Start looking and asking your higher self, what is the most excellent life? What does that look like? Where should I be a year from now? How much should I be doing? What should I be doing? The first few things that you hear, the first full things that you hear, write them down and start allowing your higher self to hear with clarity. And do not be scared about what you hear. Don't be scared about it. Don't be frightened by the breadth and the depth of the vision. Don't be scared of it. Just write it down. And then we start taking steps towards breaking it down. And then everything that we do moves towards that vision. You see, the 24th, especially for those of us that have awakened ourselves at all into, it's going to be a serious download day. Us water signs are going to feel it tremendously. I mean, tremendously. Hang on. Okay, so the height of the full moon is on the second day of Scorpio this year. I said I'm going to go there. It's 11/11 for you. Thank you, Heather, for putting that in the chat. Self-partnering classes start Tuesday. Please go to that. $15, guys. 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. $15, and we get to start doing the healing process. $15, and the first one is going to be, I will tell you now, the first one is going to be about meditation, what the self-partnering process looks like, and why, and we're going to start talking about why it's important to really go in and dig up roots. So that's a lot, but it's all intertwined, and then we're going to go deeper into each thing. That's what Tuesday is going to be about. Tell your friends, tell anybody that you know that could potentially benefit. If you can't be there for the live, I will be get up for downloadable for digital downloadable content the next day, because I got to rip it first. The next, you don't have to miss it. Same $15. You get the same benefit. Now, the 24th, that night, in the height of the full moon energy, pay very close attention to what you hear. Soak it up. Come up with your game plan for coming out of the closet. Even if it's a gentle coming out of the closet, even if it's a gradual coming out of the closet, it's time to come out of the closet, and it's time to let your light shine. It's time to start walking in your power. It's time to start allowing this to come out. It's time to let your light shine. And I feel it now, and I know that others are feeling it more. Like, we cannot hide anymore. Hello, Lolly. Good evening, dear. We can't hide anymore. We can't hide our true selves anymore. Let me tell you now that I know that October 24th is day 2 of Scorpio season, and we have Venus retrograde still in there. So not only are we having to look at all of our interpersonal relationships and look at ourselves underneath this Venus, our relationship with ourselves, relationship with Creator, underneath this Venus retrograde light. But now now Creator's also saying, and now I'm going to throw the moon mix for that wisdom, intuitive, spiritual energy. I'm going to put all of that into Scorpio, and Jupiter is still in Scorpio. All 3 are in Scorpio at the same time. Big ideas, big movements, big vision, big thinking. Look at everything. Look at who's really going to be with you. Look who really ain't for you. Look, you are relating to everybody else, and damn it, you better look at how you're relating to me. And let me throw the moon so I can just extract it all right out. So I can just activate that, because the moon is such that I love full moons. Of course I do. The energy that I get from a full moon, the level of depth understanding I get during a full moon is tremendous. New moons, not so much. Full moons, whew, infusion. So we have all 3 of Scorpio during Scorpio. The full moon may or may not be in Scorpio at the time. I'm saying this energy is happening during Scorpio. Venus is in retrograde in Scorpio. Jupiter is still in Scorpio. This is a tremendous amount of growth and ascension energy, and where we're being so propelled to move. It's like we're being slingshot, guys. And let me tell you, I will say it again, this is not going to slow down. This is going to be the new normal. There was a flipped on the 18th of October. There was a switch flipped on. It is transforming everything. everything and everything. This is also the time frame where we connect and or reconnect with our, or we begin to begin to be put in motion for our soulmate twin flame, divine connection. If it's not already there, it's coming. If it's here, you'll know for sure for now if that's it. Because we have to have people all in line around us, guys, that are going to support us through this and that are going to be with us and not against us. So part of what's happening is people that you thought were really going to be with you, you're like, I don't want to be down. Okay? Hello, Deanna. I'm so glad to see you, dear. Scorpio is revealing and transforming energy. It exactly is. In our personal lives, let's call it person. I know, I like that. Our divine, how about that? Our divine connection person, our person. But our people are going to be revealed just romantically and otherwise, friendship everywhere. Those that are going to support us. Why are you telling D to go to bed? D wanted to hear what I had to say. Okay, so this is a fast-moving energy. Honey, I understand why. This is a fast-moving energy, beloveds, that is not going to stop moving at this speed. This is normal now. This is the speed that spirit moves at. And actually, this is slower. That's what I just heard. This is slower. So, but he slowed it down enough so we can catch up. It's gonna get faster. This is not the end all be all. Oh, she works very early in the morning, girl. And I'm sitting up here drinking coffee, knowing I got to get up in the morning. How do you take a full advantage? So this is transformative, and it is revelation energy. So what's being revealed to us, guys? Let's make this chart out here. Jupiter, big plans, big ideas, right? Things that change lives, life-changing ideas and energies. Venus in retrograde pulls back the curtains on everything, including ourselves. How much do we love ourselves? How much are people that we thought were in our corner really not supposed to be there? Someone enters in Venus retrograde, you really got to examine, why are they there? Do they belong? And then the moon coming in, also spiritual wisdom, intuition, spiritual connection. There's a reason why you put your cards out underneath the moon, or your crystals out underneath the moonlight to energize yourself, energize them, or anything. If you want to energize it spiritually, if you go out and get energized spiritually, go sit out there underneath that moonlight when it's full and soak that energy up. There is a recharge and a depth and a wisdom and a knowing that comes from the energy of the moon. Now you take that formative energy by this happening during the sun sign of Scorpio and put all of that together, and you can see why this is such a critical full moon. you can see why this is such a critical full moon. Now, by the way, beloveds, just so we all know, if you've noticed I haven't put my PayPal and all that up in here, Super Chat is working. It's totally fine. Everything's cool. So I'm only, if you wish to donate to the channel at all, or I'm doing readings and whatnot, we could just do it in Super Chat. It's totally fine. Just want to let you guys know. Heather, can you put Tuesday classes back up, baby? Okay, I want to take some questions. Deanna, the amount of abundance that's coming in your direction, the amount of absolute manifestation abundance is coming in your direction is going to be beyond anything you could have ever hoped and or dreamed of. You could have never imagined what is coming your way. The gates of heaven, the gates of creation are being opened for you. You are a financer of ministries. You will be given your own level, deep level of intuitive power with dreams, with visions, heightened day visions. You will be guided to know whom to help to support and whom to help to propel. You will also be guided as to whom to remove your support from when they no longer are following my voice as creator. Your personal life is going to calm down and come into alignment. So that once you're unhealed, your ability to attract wealth, is going to far exceed even your expectations. You'll understand investments and hear, but everything that's been sown, you will get a harvest. You will reap a harvest. 7, some 10, some 20-fold. Who else is in here? Who else is in here? Cassandra in here? Jeanette, are you here? Deanna, I don't know what's going on, but all I keep hearing is it's going to calm down, baby. It's going to even itself out. Wrongfully used you. You don't have to you don't have to live here. Jeanette, every tear that you've cried, every tear that you cried has been collected in the heavenlies. Every sorrow that you felt, every hurt you have endured has been collected. It's as if it's in this jar, but it's glass. And the angels are looking at it, and God is looking at it. And he's taking all of the and turning it into pure gold. It's like a liquid gold. And he's pressing it and he's refining it and he's purifying it to pour out on you. An outpouring of the Spirit. If you will receive it, Jeanette, an outpouring of the Spirit is happening. And it is happening right now if you will receive it. An outpouring of peace and of love and of tranquility. An ability to have like a force field around you. I'm setting a hedge of protection around you is what Creator is saying to you right now. I'm setting a hedge of protection around you because you are my beautiful flower. You're my blooming rose. So yet so fragile, yet so strong, all at the same time. Roses take much longer to bloom. And each year the blooms get greater and greater. But there's pruning that's happened. Much pruning. But you will see it's all for a reason. The outpouring of spiritual gifts is coming upon you if you are ready to receive it. It is now time for you to go on and get your healing. It is now time for you to go on and move forward in your purpose and your plan. Do not worry about the how. I will take care of it. Do not worry about the when. It will all do time. All I need you to do is to follow my voice and to trust me. That's all I need you to do. I will take care of the how. I will order your steps. I will direct you in the direction you are to go. I am pouring my spirit out on you right now. Just receive it. Just receive it. I will take care of the rest. Oh. Cassandra. Creator is saying I am sweeping away cobwebs. I am sweeping away dust. I am moving furniture around. I'm putting pictures on the walls and lamps in the corners and plants and fragrance in the air, all in the room of your mind and all in the room of your spirit. I am ordering your thoughts and organizing them. So my spirit can flow through your room. So my spirit can flow through your house with ease and order. I have been trying to reveal to you what your purpose is, yet you've resisted because it seems too big. It's not too big. You have been prepared for this. It may have seemed you veered off your path, but I will always redeem the time. I will always make right. Everything you've been through is now your testimony. Every obstacle you have overcome will now be a lesson. Time for you to share from your pain because I make beauty from his. I confound the wise with the simple. No one will ever see you coming. No one will ever understand how you are elevated, because it's I that has elevated you. It is I that have ordained you. It is I that have divinely called you. It is time. Stop resisting it. Stop questioning it. If I could take 12 fishermen and make them the pillars of a church, of a movement, why can't I take you and make you the leader of one? Allow yourself to dream big. Allow yourself to hear every word that I say to you and write it down. Don't question it. Write it down. I will guide you the rest of the way. It's not to abundance and greatness, and I will bring it into reality. Eat it with me, my dear. Create it with me, my daughter. Create it with me, my co. And together we will do great things. You're never alone. Okay. Hello, Miss Jasmine. Hello there. For those of you that have just joined, it's just rapid fire tonight. It's rapid fire. There's teaching behind here. We've been talking about the activation, and I really feel like there's people in this room that are being activated tonight. So I'm just calling out as I'm hearing. I know a lot of you have not seen me operate this way. This is who I am. No cards. No. This is how this operates in the church when she's allowed to operate. Okay. Straight channel. This is what some of you will do. Mm-hmm. But this is it. See this, when I'm going to say this and people ain't going to like it, but oh well. So sometimes you'll see that I get sometimes irritated by people that only want to hear from the cards. Yeah. And I said from the very beginning, guys, the cards help me tune in sometimes. This is. And I believe God wanted this to happen tonight for a purpose and a reason, because there's some of you that are going to have to learn how to operate in this way. And some of you had to hear this without a card. Who else is here? Who else is here? I know that's not. Ms. Virgo, are you still here or did you leave me? So Jasmine, out. I thank God. Thank you very much, but I thank God for it. Just means we've been talking about stepping in activation right? In this full moon energy by it being in Scorpio, happening during Scorpio, Venus in retrograde, Jupiter still in Scorpio. There is an energetic slingshot that's happening that's catapulting us into our purpose and our plan, are energetically just moving us. Energetically moving us. Okay. It's time to take our light out and shine it. Ms. Virgo, throwing your shoe. Y'all gonna stop. I'm gonna start playing some of these praise breaks in the background. Y'all, we're gonna dance a little bit. Ms. Virgo. Ms. Virgo, you're such a sweet, tender spirit. It's as if you're this beautiful little one I just this beautiful little one with wide eyes and full of expectation, yet full of doubt and fear, so scared to take the next step. There's a mantle that's being laid upon you, my dear one. I am laying my mantle on you. I'm putting healing power in your hands right now, if you are willing to accept it. I'm putting healing power in your hands. Through me, your touch will send a healing energy through those you touch that will not only heal physical illnesses that they did not even know they had, but emotional and mental as well. They may not even understand. They'll leave your table saying, I am lighter, saying, I am refreshed, saying, my heart is no longer heavy, saying, my burden has been removed. And through your hands, I will heal things and illnesses that they did not yet even know in the physical. The doctor hadn't even told them about, had not been yet discovered before it can take a hold of them. Cellular regeneration, circulatory issues, muscular issues, skeletal issues, all healing, all being healed through your hands. And quiet your mind now, and I'm imparting in you a knowledge and a wisdom so that you can pass these tests. And then the next step will be, I will guide you to the place you're to start to work in this way. The enemy has sought to confuse you. The enemy has sought to tear you down. The enemy has sought to keep you from doing this work. I'm also sending someone to you, this vessel, to you, so you can learn how to operate and allow the anointing, allow my life force, allow my love to channel directly tired. You won't be injured. And every time you lay hands on someone, you receive another level of healing. Every time. So accept the healing gift. I will help you with your words. I will help you with your mind. I will order your steps, but you have to follow me. Daughter, you have to follow. Healing hands, your hands, healing hands. I feel your hands burning now. Healing hands right now. Mm. Ah. Or they can use super tweety. That's fine either way. Ah. Okay. Well, I have to decide how much. Heather, I'm gonna call you when we're done here. We're not quite done, but I'm gonna call you when we're done here. Dee, I know, honey, it can get to that ugly cry to Deanna. It can get to that ugly cry. I don't know who else is in this room. They're not speaking. Miss Raina? Beautiful Raina. Raina, what does your name mean in Spanish? What's the meaning of your name? Queen. Yes. Now I understand. Beautiful Raina. It's time for you to rule. It's time for you to take charge of your world and your life. And it is time for you to rule. You said earlier to this vessel that sometimes you feel alone. Leadership is lonely. But I've set you amongst other queens. I've set you amongst many queens and some kings so that you would learn to rule. So that you would come to understand the deep power that I have given you. Because you see, I've given you a roadmap and into how to release young queens and young kings, princesses, princes, from the generational curses of abuse. I've given you the ability to break generational curses. Do you hear me, Queen? You sit high, and I need you to sit up straight and look ahead and put your head up and rule. No more putting your head down. No more disparage yourself. No more. The enemies destroy you, young one. And I call you young one because I'm ancient. The enemies sought to destroy you, my dear. But I knew that there was a purpose. I made sure that your life was spared. He had no right to that. And what he thought he was doing, and how he thought he could turn you from the light. We knew, you and I, from before you were born, that you would not. And on this day, I'm calling you back. On this day, I set a crown upon your head, and I give you a scepter of light and of power and of love. And on this day, I put a cloak of beauty, a cloak of royalty upon your shoulders. Because on this day, I'm telling you that I and I alone give power. And I alone have ordered you to release people from hurt, from pain, to guide them to healing, and to destroy generational curse of abuse, generational curses of toxicity, generational curses of addictions. I'm giving that to you. I have set you on a high place. I have set you now amongst other queens. I have set you amongst other kings. I have set you in this place, in this time, to learn from this, so that you would learn to operate on a spiritual warfare level you had no idea even could be done. I also put healing in your hands, but I put healing in your tongue. Whatever you loose on this earth, be loosed in the heavens. Whatever you bind on this earth will be bound in the heavens. Whenever you call on the angelic host to come, they come. Whenever you cast a spirit away, they leave. This is the power that is meant for you. This is the calling that's meant for you. This is why you went through everything you did. I have not forgotten. And it hurt me for you to live that has been lived. However, we agreed this. We agreed upon this. And we both knew before we came here, before you were born, that there would be a purpose served. And I'm calling you back to my purpose. I have never stopped loving you. Let me love you again. And let me set you upon your throne. Queen. Yes, ma'am, Miss Virgo. Yes, ma'am. Oh. I really want to thank you guys for allowing me, right, to do this and being open to this. I haven't had the opportunity to operate in this in so long. And I think I've just been waiting for the right time. Yeah, waiting for the right time. Thank you so much for allowing me to. Thank you so much for being receptive and sticking with it tonight. I appreciate that. Is there anyone else in this room? There's 7 people watching and no one speaking. Oh, thank you guys so much. My dear Heather, you weren't going to escape tonight. I hope you think you were going to. My dear Heather, you are being honored. See, out of obedience, right? Out of obedience, you've taken some chances. You've taken some chance. You've blindly listened. And not in a bad way. Faithfully listened. Right? Faithfully listened. And faithfully followed a path. And because of your service to my servants, because of your service to light workers, because of your willingness to work and to help create, to help set up the foundations, you will serve more. You will serve a lot more. As you put your hand in the hands of others and help them along on their journey and launching ministries and working and doing the work that I have commissioned, you will be handsomely rewarded. You are sowing seed into ground that you have no idea how fertile it is. For the course of the next 6 months, you'll begin to get more and more and more and more and more and more clients, some big, some small, more and more clients. You'll create their websites, you'll help launch them and help them find not only their voice, but their audience. Because you are a very good conduit for the audience. You're a cheerleader and a queen and king maker. So much so that you will have your own queendom in and of yourself. You will be able to help those that are wondering, how can I get into this? How can I walk in my purpose? How can I find my purpose? You'll be able to tell them, it just happened to me one day. I had no idea. Because see, you have your own manifestation story now, don't you? You have your own enlightenment story because you have been willing to be flexible and not stuck in a certain way. You've been willing to be open to any idea and not allowed yourself to be pigeonholed into what other people wanted you to be. And because of that, I honor. Because of that, I wish to create a wonderful world, an abundant world, a satisfying world, a world filled with peace and prosperity, a world filled with love and friendship, and a world filled with manifestation miracles beyond your wildest dreams. Allow me to continue to order your steps. Put your hand in mine. I will guide you the whole way. You're where you're at right now for a purpose. You're on sacred ground right now. I needed to bring you there so you would have a solitude, so you would have a connection to me by merely the place you were living. I needed to bring you there. But don't worry, I'll leave. But I will care for you and your sons because they need to see my hand in your life so that they can then be catapulted into this spiritual realm and doing spiritual work. I have my hand on them. I have my hand on them as well. So just follow me. Just follow me. There is no limit to where we're going. Within 6 months, life will be very different. Oh. I didn't know you were still here, dear. Jasmine. Jasmine, you are my little jokester. You are my one has a smile on her face and a song in her heart and brings happiness and joy everywhere she goes. Behind those eyes, though, not everyone sees insecurity and pain. Not everyone sees how you long for something more. Not everyone sees that your dreams are so big. They're so big that you dare not share them with anyone. Because you're concerned about how they're going to view them. You're concerned they're not going to understand them. You're concerned that they're not going to get it. And you know what they're going to. But I do. Because I put them there. You see, I've been cultivating you. I've been taking out weeds. I've been working with you and sending people along to mold and guide. And we're on that leg of the journey that you can decide which way you wish to go. Wish to continue to follow in the spirit and get to know me in a deep way. You've come to the right place. You can still stay on the other path that will be okay, but it won't be fulfilling. So I need you to release yourself and release me. Don't put me in a box. Don't put me in a box. What I have for you is so big. It's so great. And understand, big and great doesn't necessarily mean rich and famous. There are plenty of people that I take care of on a regular basis that are quite well off, and they probably would be considered rich by earthly standards. But why? I don't need everyone to be famous. I need them to follow. I need them to co-create with me. There's no need to be famous when you can be satisfied and live an abundant life. Oh, I'll take care of you. Don't worry about that. I'll take care of you. But you can no longer be scared or concerned that the spiritual things that you see and you hear and you feel are somehow crazy, because they're not. I've been sending angels to come talk to you. They've been trying to get noticed. So I'm going to ask you to open up your eyes, your spiritual eyes, so that you can hear from your angels. I'm going to ask you that you open up your spiritual ears so you can hear from your angels. See, sight and hearing in the spirit realm are the same thing, one thing. I'm supporting your back right now, giving you strength and activating power, activating your third eye and reactivating your chakra, crown chakra. I want you to hear from me. I want you to get direct downloads, and I need your sight strong. And I'm activating your power chakra. You need to learn how to use these things. You need to learn how to use your voice, your throat chakra. You need to learn how to have the heart of Creator, have the heart of Spirit, have the heart of God. The closer you are with me on a regular basis, the more of my heart, because our heart is one and the same, you see. It's not different. There's no boundary between your heart and my heart and your heart when it comes from your higher self. There's no boundary there. But I need this activated, dear. Allow the engine to get up. I'm turning the key and I'm spinning it around, and I'm spinning that motor around so that it whirls and whirls and whirls. And I've got you. I've got your back. But those dark times, those are thoughts that I need you to experience and sit with and look through. They're there to teach you something, my dear. But see, your joy, the love that you spread, the capabilities that you have, Jasmine, the sweet smell of jasmine. You see, that's a spiritual healing smell. That the flower of the jasmine is precious and sacred. And the scent itself, the aroma, heals. It heals the mind and it heals the spirit, and this you've been called to do. It will be in unusual ways. The spirit and the mind. Healing the spirit and the mind. Counseling, uplifting. This is where you've been called to. Because the joy you bring is infectious. The joy you bring is a spiritual gift I've given you since before you were born. I've sat you here as well to learn. I've sat you as well to grow. I've planted you here so that you would be nourished. Healer. You have no idea what your fragrance is like in the spirit realm, Jeff. Healer. Devils flee when you come around because of the sweet smell of jasmine. You're a healer. Your heart and my heart are the same. You'll know more. You'll begin to walk in it, but you're a healer, my dear. You're a healer. Oh. Hey, Lisa K. Oh. Mm. So, Lisa, I was talking earlier. Thank you, Deanna. Lisa, I was talking earlier about I'm gonna have to get off here soon. Heather, you still up, baby? Um, I was chatting earlier about that this full moon energy is an activation energy, and it's catapulting us into our purpose and our plan. It's slingshotting us. That something was switched on the 18th, and I felt it, and I believe others felt it. Uh, and so it was catapulted on, right? And and we're moving fast now in these energies. So tonight I wasn't, I knew I wasn't going to pull any cards or anything like that. So tonight I've just been operating in the gift of prophecy that I've operated in since I was forever. And so here, and I receive a word, then I give it to them. But this energy that we're moving in is quick and it's fast and there's we have to get used to this new normal. And the new normal is you got to move with it, right? Ascension is happening faster, transition is happening faster. Transformation, revelation, activation, all of this is what's happening. And the height of it, the activating energy, is on the 24th. And that is the second day of Scorpio. Again, the transformation, right, sign. So we have Venus retrograde, analyzing ourselves, our love relationship with ourselves and with others, interpersonal relationships. We still have Jupiter, big ideas, big plans, right? Big vision in Scorpio being revealed. And now we have the moon in the sun sign that's full in this during the sign of Scorpio with deep wisdom and intuition and a spiritual recharge. So as people come in, or as we've been here, that's what's been. I'm just operating as I normally do, as I normally did. I have to put up one more time the spiritual, the self-partnering class. I did put up a video earlier today, guys, this evening, in regard to the partnering class that we're starting Tuesday. If you can't make the live, it's at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you can't make the live, you can always purchase the download for $15 either way. It's about an hour, going to be about an hour, maybe 90 minutes at the most. We do need to get self-partnered. Okay, I don't know what self-partnering is. The video that's on the channel, this channel actually is on both. That explains what self-partnering is. Really, it's becoming one with oneself and whole and healed, right? It's about healing. And we need to do that. So move in that and these spiritual gifts, and we can move at this speed that we're to move in, because if we're not healed, it just gunks everything up. It gunks everything up. You cannot have the Spirit of God flow through you, or the Spirit of Creator, Spirit of Universe, whichever. Can't have that flowing through you effectively if you've got a lot of hurt and issues. It'll flow, but not as effectively and efficiently as it should. Thank you very much, Heather. You're very welcome, Jasmine. And I don't really know you, Jasmine. I just see your silent. I don't, I mean, I don't, we've never spoken. I don't know you like that, right? But oh man, just your smiling face, the joy. Yeah, the joy. Uh, okay. I need to call Heather first though. Thank you very much, Lisa K. I'm just waiting a moment to see if I have a message for Lisa because I feel like I do. And Lolly, I will call you, I promise. Um, so Lisa, hmm. Yes, Lisa, you are a healer as well. I sound like I'm repeating myself so much tonight, but I've brought you all here to this healer, to this healing master for a purpose and for a reason so you could learn from her. So yes, Lisa, you are as well a healer. There are intuitive gifts that I've been trying for you that I'm going to ask that you trust it and allow me to do so. I'm going to ask that you allow me to take everything that's happened, as I've said to other of my beautiful daughters and my beautiful queens that are in this room tonight. You allow me to take everything and all of it and transform it into a beautiful diamond for you. You see, I'm going to put this diamond on your left hand, on your ring finger, because I love you dearly. You are mine and I am yours. I have been holding and keeping forces away for a long time. Your journey is very similar to others, and it pains me when I have to allow these journeys to happen. But you see, we made a pact, we made a choice before you came here during this lifetime that this is what you would endure, but it would all more purpose. And you see, the purpose is, my dear, I'm going to open up a little tuition and a level of creativity and a level of invention within you that, again, as with one else who I've spoken to tonight, that level of creativity and invention, this mother of invention, is going to bring you, yes, great wealth, but great stability, and will change many lives. Now, this level of invention may or may not be something in the physical realm. Something that you see spiritually that happens, but the creative method of delivery, the creative method of delivery of energy that I'm going to impart within you is going to be revolutionary. You see, you have an understanding of how heart energy and love works. You have that understanding. And even now, everything in your heart chakra is just lighting up because we are one and we speak to one another and we come back and forth, hearts beating at the same pace. Delivery of energy. Hands on fire, crown on fire, spiritual eye on fire. Creative delivery of energy. Yes, healing. Curing. Curing. Hmm. It goes so far beyond what you can see right now. Your calling goes so far beyond what you can see right now. Your life is to be so different. 12 and 24 months from now, you're going to look back at this and laugh. My arms are on fire right now, so I'm coming out of that. Creative delivery. It's almost if it's almost as if I don't know, what are you studying? Because that's all I'm tired, you guys, so I apologize. I'm tired. Oh no. Who? Lolly, can you text me? Lisa, what are you studying? Keep hearing creative delivery of energy. Started school. Creative delivery of energy. Okay. So occupational therapy. Perfect. This is why all of this was on fire. As you are helping people, right? You're going to be able to deliver energy and healing to them in a day. I keep hearing invention. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I keep hearing invention, Lisa. I apologize. Wow. I didn't even, wow. Hmm. Then that's what now it makes sense, dear. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Yeah. There you go. Thank you. Thank you for that. Because I just was like, where is this going? Wow, Lolly. Wow. Hey, was she sick, Lolly? Did we know she was sick? What happened? Mm. No, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. Mm-mm. Okay, guys. Okay. I need to shut this down. So sad. That's so sad to me. Mm. Lolly, you need to get some sleep. You and I can talk this tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much, though, for doing that, Lolly. I appreciate it. Imagine we don't probably want a whole lot of, yeah. Yes, for her mother. Yes, and her family. Does anybody know if she had any children? Did she leave behind any children? On the 8th. Oh my gosh. Lucky Bamboo was her name. On the 8th. And she had kids, Miss Virgo? Okay. All right. Father, Spirit, Creator. We're all coming together right now and first giving you thanks for life and giving you thankfulness and being grateful for being able to be in relationship with you, to know you in a mighty way and to be and walk and talk with you. Right now, we are sending love and light. We are dispatching angels. We are asking your spirit to go to Lucky's family, her mother, her children, all that she left behind. We know that she's with you, and so she's in perfect peace, and she's whole right now, but a huge hole has been left in the hearts of those that are left here on earth without her physical being. And so we just ask that your spirit go to them right now and give them peace beyond all understanding. Strengthen them. Strengthen them. I ask for an outpouring of love and of comfort and of peace, because we know only you can comfort them in this time. Only you can help guide them through the grief, and only you can help them learn a new normal about her physical presence here. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. We're sending those energies out, and healing energies, mental, emotional, healing energies right now. And I'm dispatching angels to encamp around about each and every one of them, to fight off and to ward off and to protect them from any shadow energy, from any energy that would seek to kill and destroy them, and destroy their faith, and destroy their relationship with you, and to feel like they can't go on. I feel there's some that group that feels like they can't go on. Potentially your son, it's a child that feels like they can't go on. And right now, I'm asking you to go and shower love and protect him and hold him up. Protect him and hold him up. And lucky if you can hear me, and I know you can. I need you to go and talk to them, sis. I need you to appear to them in dreams and let them know you're still here. You're just in a different form. Lucky, I need you to go talk to them. They need you. I need you to give them a sign, know that you're still here, and that you're not in pain, and you are not suffering, and you will guide them and help them at every step of the way, that you've not left them. I thank you, Lord, for doing this right now. Those of us that believe in Jesus name, just thank you that your spirit is good and kind and brings peace and brings healing and brings wholeness. And I thank you for that right now over that family in the name of Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, God. Amen. Oh. Okay. All right, guys. I gotta go. Guys, I can't. Wow. We're here. It's a fleeting moment, man. It's fleeting. All my makeup is gonna be gone, but it's fleeting. Life is fleeting. We don't know what people are going through. We don't know how long we have. I mean, we know, but we don't, right? The Bible says, with long life will I satisfy him and them and show them my salvation, right? And so I believe for a long life, we just don't know. So if it seems sometimes that I'm so serious while I'm on here, I am. Because I take this seriously. Because there's people to reach and people to touch. Is a sweet spirit. Her body may not be here, right? But her spirit remains. Sweetie. And there are more sweet spirits that have to be reached, and we don't know. Trying to sit here and worry about what other people are going to think about us, and we have work to do. We have too much things to do, and I take this so seriously because there's people that need to be touched and reached and healed and helped. Sweet, sweet spirit. Mm-mm-mm. I can't even imagine. Oh my gosh. I know my overgrown children would be just toe up from the flow up. Oh man. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Okay, we all gotta go. So we all have to and say a special prayer tonight. Send the energy tonight. Do whatever it is you do tonight to her family. Even though Lucky Bamboo is not her name, God knows her name. Yes, she does. Yes, Heather, that's so true. Heather says she touched people's lives and people she doesn't even really know. We never know who we touch. We never know who we impacted. And that's why we have to do, right? We have to do these things. Katie, that's right. I'm sorry, dear. I'm just a little out of it. Yes, thank you. I was saying for those that I was called her lucky. So Sadie's family. To Sadie's family. Stretch. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. Go on. Um, Lollipop's Terror Shop is going. No, you're Lenny. I'm gonna tell them you're going live. Um, Lollipop is going live. So I'm gonna this off. It's 11:30 my time. I'm gonna turn this off here. I'm gonna say good night. Heather, I'm gonna reach out to you and then I'll let you on your way too. Okay, guys, I love each and every one of you. This has been a powerful evening. It did not end the way that I intended, but um, things happened. Yeah, things happened. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love each and every one of you. Namaste. Good night.